Hello everybody. This is Rhonda with Rhonda's Repurpose Home Decor. Y'all come in, say hello when you get here, and let's work on my bunny some more. That we have been Friday, I think it was, that I started, correct? I believe it was Friday. All right, so hello guys, come in. Oh, I see some people hopping on. Hello. Good Sunday afternoon. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Lydia. I don't see him down here yet. But welcome in, you guys. Welcome in. We started working on this bunny Friday. I do believe it was Friday. And so we're going to continue working on him and painting on him. I think he is turning out so cute. Guys, I got this at Home Goods. I think last time I told you the wrong store, but I ended up correcting it. I think in the middle of the live or something, I don't know. But it was at Home Goods. And it was the last one there. But we are going to continue working on this little guy. He had a really crummy paint job. And so, and I didn't really like all of the colors. And so I went in and put Dixie Belle Slick Stick on it, which they have discontinued this, and it's called Boss, maybe Bonding Boss or Boss something. I can't remember, but they've discontinued that, and so I got to get in and one of my friends told me, I know it had a Boss in it or something like that I need to get some more. But let's see if my comments are still not coming up on here. But I see you guys. Hello, Lori. Hello. So let's go ahead. Okay, so we've already got the cup painted. Where the pink area was orange. Don't like orange. This cup here was also orange. Had to get rid of the orange. I don't like orange. And so his pants were a blue color, which I didn't mind, because my original plan was painting his coat a different kind of a blue, but then I switched it all and I went with this and I'm loving it. So his pants are yellow now. His coat, I don't remember what his coat was. Anyways, it's now green. And his little vest thing here was a different color. It might have been this darker pink. I'm not sure. But I went ahead and I kept that pink. So the cup was a different blue. It was more like a blue like here, and we're changing that up with this blue here. I want to stick to more of the, the lighter Easter colors. And so this, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do everything with. There's a few things I know what I want to do. But his hat, let's try and get his hat done. And his little brim, the little hat band here. And then the cup, I think I'm going to keep the cup like this. And then I'm not sure what color I want to do that in. So let's work on this cup first. So we're going to do it blue, and then this inside here, we're going to do a white color. And then I want to come back probably with some gold. And I don't know if you guys can see, but there is a little bit of detail on that, right? And maybe come back with some gold rub and buff or something on it. So hi, Lydia. Hi, Linda. Hello, guys. So I'm not seeing comments yet, but I see y'all coming on. So let's go ahead and get going. This cup, it's terrible paint job. That is what the company had on it. I'm going to keep it that yellow because that yellow goes really good with the yellow pants. But we're going to get in and get some blue on this cup. So guys, what have you been doing on this Sunday? Anything fun and exciting? Let's see, let's get a brush here. My husband, if you hear anything, he is outside. He is mowing And he's going to get some weed and feed. This is his first time mowing the lawn this year. And so he's going to get some weed and feed. My gosh, the weeds. We went through last summer and pulled a bunch of the weeds out of our front yard. We didn't do anything to the back, and whew, that's even worse. And so anyways, he's out there working on that. So if you hear, you know, edging and lawn mowing and all that, that's him out there. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that new blue that we're going to paint on here. But we're going to get that going. Hello, hello, everyone. Come in. We know you're here. I know we have silent watchers too. I'm one of them sometimes. If I'm doing something else and I go on to watch somebody, you know, I've got it on watching them, and I'm just not talking because I'm either doing something else or whatever. Hi, Deborah. Hello, hello. We are working on this bunny or rabbit. I got this at the, what did I call it earlier? I have a hard time with the name of this store. I can never remember. Home Goods. Home Goods. I know a couple of years ago, I've been trying to find this bunny for years, you guys. And Home Goods did not have it then. But they did this year. And it was the last one on the shelf. And boy, did I snag it. And I believe it was Tuesday morning. I want to say Tuesday morning, I think, originally had them. And I tried going in to buy one, and they knew what I was talking about. They had other, guys, this is from Top Hat and Tail. I know it's backwards, but Top Hat and Tail. That's this guy's design or whatever. And they had some other ones of his, but not this bunny. And so, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Have you guys seen anybody else doing these? Or have you got one? Do you guys have one, and have you repainted it? Or did you keep it the same colors that it came in? You're not going to really be learning a whole lot today from this live. I'm just really painting. I do want to put, which I wasn't going to, and I thought, no, I'm going to. I'm not putting any diamond dust or any bling on this, because usually I like blingy stuff. I am a bling person, and a lot of my creations have some sort of bling added. But this, I'm going to just paint it. But I do want to, I've got a color over here, and I want to see what it looks like. And if I don't like it, you know, we can paint over it. But I've got this pearl, well, let me do this one. This is one open. It's called Pearl Lace from Anita's. Pearl Lace. And I want to try and put it over his coat and make it a little shiny. Okay, so I want to give it a try and see what it'll look like if I give it just that little bit of something. And this does not have any top coat anywhere, so it will have a top coat put on it, and that makes a world of difference. Anybody that, okay, why am I not getting comments? Why am I not getting comments down here? Okay, I see Lydia. That's it. But I see people watching. Hi, Criselda. No, that's not. Is that right? Criselda, I think. I think I pronounced it right. Happy Sunday to you all, guys. Okay. What have you guys been up to? Anybody? Hi, Elizabeth. On this Sunday day. Guys, I know we've been in this house now for 2.5 years, and we've been to a couple of churches, but just wasn't real thrilled with them. And so, you know, the place that we lived before was Buffalo, Texas, and my husband, you know, lived there. I'm originally from California, but when he got out of the military, we went to his church, a Baptist church, and that's just where we went for, golly, 15 years, something like that. And so you kind of get used to the small town and you know, that kind of church and all. And then you come up here to Fort Worth, Arlington area, and it's so much bigger churches and more comfortable. You know, when I was growing up out in California, you know, we went to a church and we wore dresses every Sunday. Guys were either in suits or, you know, slacks and a jacket and a tie and all. And they don't do that here, y'all. At least not, I gotta stand up, guys. At least not in the, in a lot of the churches, or the churches that we've been to. I mean, we went to one and the preacher was in corduroy pants. No. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. He's up there preaching in front of you. I think he needs to be a little bit more, I think he needs to be a little more dressed up than that. That's my opinion, Okay, so there's that cup. Okay, so now you can see that blue a little bit more. And then the inside of here, we're gonna do the white. Okay, so I do have this plate. We started it with one coat. That needs to be done again. And then this plate here, I don't know what I want to do it. All of that cake, the flowers and all of that. Oh, terrible. All right, so let me get this green out. This is Crafter's Collection Spring Green. And this is what we put on his coat, but I put a lot of white in it and brought it down. This around here in his little pockets, I did a little more of this color. There was just a little bit of green in it. But, all right, so what was I gonna do? Oh, the little dish. Let me get a small little brush. I need something small. Get this little one here. All right, so let's get a second coat of green on here. I do know the cake is going to stay white, guys. The cake is going to stay white. And the flowers are going to stay pink. It does have a yellow trim. I don't know if you can really see it, but it does have a yellow trim up there. And that probably could be touched up a little bit. But these flowers, whoo-wee, they really need some work done to those. And I don't know. I don't know if I have. I might have a. Well, I don't know. I was going to say I might have a somewhat of a pink to match. I don't know. Guys, the lag on this is crazy. I'm still not seeing comments up here. So, hi Stacy. I'm still not seeing comments on my iPad. So welcome in, guys. Or I should say gals. There could be some guys on here. I know last time we had Justin sometimes comes on, but Wayne will come on every once in a while. Yeah, I got a little bit up on that cake. The cake is what I was talking about. I think I want to do a little bit of a shimmer on the cake as well. And I know I got to get underneath there, but I will do that later. I don't think you guys really need to watch that happen under here. Add a little bit of water to this. I sanded his little collar or his little lapel thing a little bit because I was seeing some brush streaks, brush marks, whatever you want to call it. And so I sanded it down just a little bit to try and remove some of that. So I do need to, whether we get to that on here or not, but I just saw a little bit of brush marks on the white here, and so I just sanded it down just a little bit to make it not so noticeable. Okay. I think that is better. All right, let me dry this just a little bit. I've got to decide on what color I want this plate. In this little tiny plate. That little tiny plate. I had a place that kept coming off here. All right. Okay, I see Stacy down here. I see Patty. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Patty. This rabbit bunny I picked up at the at-home store, and it was a terrible paint job on it. Plus, I didn't like some of the colors and all. So, okay, you know, we could paint this. And I haven't totally decided if I'm going to keep that pink. I didn't want a whole lot of this pink, so I might change that to this lighter pink. I don't know. But we could. I don't know. All right, so let's do his hat. I know I want to do his hat the purple. What color, you guys, should we do this? I don't know. I mean, we could do it the blue and get another, and get this, because this blue, I want to get over this blue up here. The teapot, I will probably keep a pink, and I don't mind the yellow, but that blue, it's kind of a turquoisey kind of a color, and I didn't really want that, so I don't know. It might be a little hard, but there isn't any indentions. I could paint it all yellow in there and then add polka dots to it, or I'm trying to think what little decal I have or something that I can maybe put a little decoupage on it or something. I don't know. But yes, I got a lavender here, and we're going to do his hat in a lavender. I'm going to probably add a little bit of white to it. So I don't want all of this blue drying up. I'm going to pick up some of this. Pick up some of it so I don't waste. This blue, I didn't tell you guys, is a Southern Bluebell. Southern Bluebell is the blue. The green is Spring Green. The yellow is Sunny Yellow. And guys, it's, you know, this is the new paint that Hobby Lobby is carrying. They discontinued one of them and have brought out the Crafter's Choice. A lot of people are real happy with it. They are. They're happy with it. I think these are the first ones that I've got of it, I think. Okay. Let's do some lavender in his hat. Oh, crud. Oh, crud. Hi, Stacy. Welcome in. I went in on, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday, and went and picked out, I think it was Thursday, and picked out my colors that I wanted. I wanted to keep them more Eastery color. Okay, so I think I am going to add a little bit. It's a little dark for me. This purple is Lavender by Folk Art. It's a lavender, but I'm going to, let me move this over just a little bit, and I'll pull this up. Let me see if you guys can see. I've got a lavender here, but it's a little dark. Darker than what I want for the cap. So let's add a little bit of white to it. And then let's see his hat size. Let me do this, but we're going to use something else to get it mixed up in. Okay, so let's see. I may have to add a little bit more lavender. I don't know. No, that might be pretty good. I am going to add some water, though, to it. A little bit of water. Okay, I think I like that. Okay, let me get this over here. All right, so here goes the hat. Let's see, guys. Hello, hello. Welcome in, guys. Okay, let's try this lavender. And try not to get it on his ear. Yes, I think I'm gonna like it. Let me show y'all. Let me get it back you're painted. Definitely going to need 2 coats, but okay, there's the lavender. I like that. Y'all like that? Okay. It's kind of hard to paint. I may have to stand up, guys. I may have to stand up some for this. Which, I mean, you all don't really need to see me. But I don't really want to get it on his ears and all of that. I don't have the steadiest of hands anymore. Okay. There's 1 coat. Guys, last night, my husband and I went out to, there's a Western country club that we started going to. We go, probably, I told him, I said, I'm forgetting the line dances because their line dances, they're different here than what, of course, I went to, 30 years ago. There's only a couple of line dances that they still do that you did 30 years ago. All of them are, new. And so, Daryl doesn't, of course, take them, but I do. And so I told him, I said, only going once like every 3 weeks I'm forgetting them. And so I said, we need to start going like every other week. But anyways, it's like 5 minutes from our house. And I've mentioned this, I think I've told everybody. I don't know. But it's where Garth Brooks, no. Not Garth Brooks. George Strait. How can I get those 2 mixed up? It's where George Strait filmed his movie, Pure Country. And believe it or not, that bar, or that, I should say club, they don't serve any alcohol there. You have to, if you want alcohol, you can bring your own. But they don't serve alcohol there. But it is the one that he had in Pure Country. And believe it or not, it's right here by us. I don't know if it's considered Grand Prairie or if it's considered Midlothian, the bar, the club. But anyways, we went again last night and had a good time. My husband plays guitar and he also sings. And he got up with the band last night. One of the band members plays for several different bands. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Cheryl, if I have not said. Hello, Natalie. And my husband sings and plays guitar. And the last time we went, they close at midnight. But he went up, I don't know, 11 o'clock or something and asked the band, if he could come up and sing. Well, they let him come up and sing. And so we were sitting there. Well, no, I might have been gone. I don't know where I was at. I wasn't there I might have been out line dancing or something. I don't know. But anyways, the band member that was in the other band looked at my husband and kind of, like I recognized him. And he said, were you here a few weeks ago and got up with the band and sang? And he said, yeah. And he said, I remember you. And he said, asked him, hey, do you want to come up later and sing? And he said, yeah. And so he got to get up with the band last night again and sing. They wait until after 11:30 to get him up there. I don't know. He hasn't gotten in trouble by the owners or anything like that, but Anyway, so he was excited. He got to get up and sing again. But in fact, he got to sing 2 different songs last night. And the guy said, next time you come and we're here, he said, I'm going to know, because there was one of the songs that they didn't really know all of the keys to it, but my husband told them what keys it was in. And so they played it, and it sounded good and all, but he said, I will know that whole song. We'll know it all. And he said, and you can get up and sing again. And Daryl said, cool. He said, I'll bring my guitar next time. And the guy said, yes, do it. And so anyways, who knows what'll happen? But hey, we went to Nashville one time too. What was it? 3 years ago or something? I don't know. 4 years ago. And the club that a lot of people play in before they become like famous and all. I'm trying to think. I think it was that club. We went to a few of them when we went. But I'm thinking it was the club. I don't know. But anyways, no, it might have been a different one. They got a request to do a certain song. And the guy didn't know. He knew that song, but he didn't know like the words of it. So when the band took a break, he was in the back, like listening to it and trying to learn the words. And he was he was doing okay, but my husband was like, I know it, I know it. And the drummer saw him doing, like trying to, like get his attention. And they said, come up. And so here we are in Nashville, and my husband gets up there and sings. I'm just like, you are crazy. You are crazy. But, okay, so there's one coat, guys. Oh, no, I forgot the top hat. I forgot to do the top area. So, he got up and sang a lot in church. And he got quite a few kids involved in music. And he got quite a few kids involved in the music. And so every once in a while he would get them up there and play. So, he was a deacon in our church, or at that church. And so that sounds really strange and probably not the best, but he was a deacon, and here we are at a country western club, and we're dancing. But hey, it is what it is, right? I know where I'm going when I die. Okay, so there's the top hat. Definitely needs another coat. Okay, the band. What? I think let's do the band in a blue. Let's try it in this blue. Guys, I even have to go over a lot of this white, like his feet. Like, I don't know if I can get it close enough to you guys to see what a terrible paint job he had. But let me see. I don't know if you guys can see. See the blue on that? You guys see that blue on that? His pants were blue, and his pants were a blue and they just like spray painted it or something. I don't know. Okay. So I'm even going to have to go over some of that. All right, let's try that blue. Okay, so I'm going to have a little brush again. And let's try this. I did put a little bit of bonding, slick stick over it. But it didn't cover it quite like I had the hat. Guys, I either have to stand up or bend over. This is big. This is a big one. All right, let me see if I like this blue. See, look at the pink back there on its ears. I mean, that's what I was saying, that I'm going to have to. Oh, great. Now he's out there drilling. All right, let me see. Let me see in my camera, guys. Okay, do we like that blue? Let me turn it my way. Y'all give me some thumbs up if we're liking that. Definitely needs a second coat, that is for sure. It's so light, you can still kind of see some of that. Because I was going back and forth of either keeping it at a pink color or doing it the blue. You dry it. So, yeah, that's one coat. And this, yeah, this has got to be done again too. But golly, this may need 3 coats. I should have put a better. Should have put a better. All right, so there's 2 coats, but you could still, you'll still be able to see through that. Okay, let's do this again, because I think this is dry. I get to concentrate and then I don't talk, y'all. When you're doing a little thing in a little area, you get quiet because you're concentrating on that, that little area. Hi, Judy Stalker. Hi, Judy Rudder. Hello, hello. We are working on a rabbit here. That I picked up at the Home Goods. I picked it up at the Home Goods store.
I thought I heard you in here. I got the gutter fixed.
Good, what happened?
A couple of screws broke and it was sagging on this end.
I figured something was up, all that water.
About 3 of them, so got it done. Looking good.
Last night, y'all, when we got home, we it was started pouring down rain. And so when we were pulling in the garage, we noticed one of the gutters, there's where my pink went. One of our gutters was like, rain was coming out of the gutter and in the gutter and behind the gutter and everything else. And so I was like, something's going on there. And so he said there was a few screws
Broken off.
that were broken off, which is really strange.
Well, that means they got them too tight. They over-torqued them. And they put them in. Got enough weight on it over time.
Unless Christmas lights him.
I don't think so. These are broken off clean.
Huh.
They weren't stripped out of the holes.
Anyway, so we had a good downpour of rain last night, which we needed. Okay, let me get behind here, and then this will be the second coat for this. And then we'll let that dry, and we've still got to paint that white area. All right, did I miss any place? Do you see? All right, let me get the handle, the little... And I do know I want to come back with some gold and put some gold accents in places also. Gold accent places also. All right, so let me get back up in here. Boy, how many people are on with me? My numbers keep jumping like up and then down and then up and down. Is it Facebook or do I I show 2 people on. And just a minute ago, I had like 6 or 8. Is it a Facebook thing or do I not have anybody on? I know Facebook, golly, they've been wonky lately. Wonky. Okay, I think that looks good. Stacy, you're here. Okay. All right. That looks good. And then that middle section is going to be white. That's just a primer on there right now. So that will be done. Okay, is the hat dry? Yeah, so we could go back over with the hat. Well, let me get a... Guys, I don't know if I'm going to like this blue with the purple. I don't know. I do not have a steady hand anymore. Which kind of makes it hard when you're somewhat of a perfectionist. And now I just took some blue off. All right, well, I just took some blue off in a little area. That's 2 coats, or 3 coats. I think that's all right. Let me get the hat painted again. Get another coat of that on here. You know, I learned that little water trick. It helps you with your streaks from Nicole. And it definitely does help not show your streaks so much. Try and get hats better. She's a big one that doesn't like the streaks and all, and I don't really either. I mean, it's painting though, you know, so you are going to get some. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But if you can help it and not have so many. All right, let me go along the ear. Okay. And this bunny rabbit, guys, also does not have a smooth surface. It doesn't. It doesn't have a smooth surface. So that's another thing about it too, is you can't paint. You're not gonna have that perfect paint job because it's not smooth. And I could not tell you what this is made out of. I don't know if it's some sort of I don't know, a clay form or something maybe. I don't know. But, hey Susan, hello, hello. How are you, girl? I know you've been asking about when I'm going to have that sale, guys. The other day I mentioned that, you know, I'm not doing lives. You know, I was doing lives like 5 days a week, trying to build up my page and all, and it's just, you know, was not growing like it should. And crafting is definitely not cheap. And so, you know, I have all this money going out and not enough coming in, not nearly enough coming in to, you know, to just keep going. And I wasn't having, so that was one reason why I cut back. And then, you know, my auctions, when I would have stuff to sell, you know, even though I was advertising and putting it out there, and, you know, a week to 2 weeks beforehand, I just wasn't having the numbers on my auctions either. And so, you know, I end up with a bunch of crafts, and they're not all, you know, my house. You know, I try to do different stuff, and, you know, anyway, so yeah. So I'll go live when it's something that, you know, I want to do for my own house, or, you know, that I want to repurpose or something. Or somebody has something that they want me to do. They have a specific thing or something, and I can do it, you know. But I don't know. I don't know. I am trying to build up my YouTube, and that's also Rhonda's Repurposed Home Decor. And so if you aren't on the YouTube, because I've got a coach right now, which I did not have, and she's doing a class right now. Well, I signed up for this class. That's why I'm on it. But anyway, so we're trying to get YouTube built up, and you know, I don't know, maybe that'll work out for me. I don't know. But anyway, so that's kind of why I kind of took a step back. And I have missed everybody, but the purpose of me telling you that is because I am going to sell some of my stuff. I want to do a sale of stuff that I know I won't use. Like my bottles, I'm going to continue doing my bottles. I like doing my bottles. Those do sell. So I will continue doing those. Whether they're an antique, a vintage bottle, or just a, you know, a regular old bottle that you find somewhere, you know, at thrift stores or Goodwills or antique stores or whatever. Antique stores, you'll find the alcohol bottles. But, because there's several different types that I do. But, and then my trays, I still like doing the trays, so I'll probably, you know, still do some of that stuff. But, I don't know. Facebook just is not being good to us creators. They aren't. I think they want us all off the page. I think they want us all off the page. This that they're doing to us with taking our videos, our lives off in 30 days, that's just so ridiculous. All right, I got a little tiny bit up here. So Susan, eventually, you know, I will get to it, but it's like I said in my other one too. It's like I did up a Christmas gift for my niece at Christmas time, and then I showed those bottles. I made a few of those bottles. I had a friend that she likes them, and then but she also gives them out as gifts. And so she's like, Rhonda, have you got any bottles? I need, you know, a gift. And so I made 3 of them, and she bought all 3. She bought all 3 of them. Okay, so there's 2 coats of that. And I don't know why this blue is not staying on there. His little eyes and his face, guys, I like. They did a pretty good job on his eyes and all that. I'm not gonna, yeah, I'm not gonna touch that. But, okay, so let me try to see here if we like a pink. Or do we bring in that blue? All right, let me look down here at mine. The crackled bottles, yes. Okay, that's blue's not fine, bad. I'm looking down here at mine to see. Let's see, Susan, to a leap into crafting. You're doing? Are you doing? I saw that one thing. What was it that I saw? And I was like, look at you, girl, you go. What was, you posted it in Kathy's group, or you posted something somewhere, but I was like, wow, look at that. But you're taking a leap, is that what you're saying? But yes, the bottles I can sell. Yes, well, good for you. Good for you. Now, are you going to go live? Love the purple hat, Stacy says. Reba Rose. Reba Rose. Reba Rose paper? You know, I was an affiliate of hers, but then, you know, when I got it out, I'm just like, I can't see, you know, doing it. Now, I'm still a Total Dazzled. I'm still an affiliate for Total Dazzled. So if you guys, you know, need something from there, I still am that. And I still post some stuff on there when they're having a sale and stuff like that. I know there's lots of creators that are. Okay, so there's one coat there. I know, Susan, oh man, I just got myself out. What did I do? Yeah, it's hard. It's hard work. And that's, you know, there's so many creators out there. And yeah, you got everybody saying, oh, there's so many people out there in the world. Yes, there is. There's lots of people out there. But whether they like you or like your crafts and stuff, that's the big thing, you know, of whether or not they come and watch. And that's, you know, that was my big thing of, I just couldn't get my page to grow. So, and some people, you know, just enjoy crafting and are out there crafting. They don't need the money. And I enjoy crafting, but I need the money too, you know, to, you know, at least kind of break even to where I can pay for my stuff to replace what you do, you know, what you do sell and use and stuff. So it's expensive. Okay, so there's 2 coats of that. So at least you guys get the idea, right, of that. Okay, so let's get in and let's do the white here. I'm still cannot decide on what color I want to do this. And I've still got to do these flowers. Okay, let's do the white on there. But yeah, it's not easy. Plus you need, you know, well, I mean, if you're going to be selling stuff, you need to have and attend the auctions. Yeah. All right, another small brush. Ooh, I'm out of little brushes. All right, let me try. Lay this down. Lay it down here. But yes, I do want to get some stuff together. I just have not been in my craft room. You know, I made those couple of things and that was it. And then when I found this at a home goods store, I knew I wanted to, you know, get this painted up for myself. This is mine. And so I knew I would, you know, I said, I'm going to go live, you know, and do this. But yeah, you need that LLC license stuff if you go and start, you know, really getting into it and selling. I don't know, is Chris Hunter still doing that coaching? She was doing coaching, like all that beginner stuff that you need to up and get your page running. And I took that. I did that with her and learned a lot. But you might see and if she's still doing it, and she could get you through what you need to get going on. But if you're just doing it for fun, you're keeping the stuff, then you don't necessarily have to do that. Okay. But you said was relaxing? Ugh, now I'm getting a tickle in my throat. Okay. Oh, shoot. I just painted that blue and I just stuck my finger in it. Darn it. Just stuck my finger in it. No, can't tell. You can't tell. Okay. And then I said at the beginning, guys, I don't know if anybody's here from the beginning, I thought about putting like a little pearl, a little pearling kind of a color on his jacket, just to add a little, shoot, I forgot to do the little handle. Those stupid dogs next door. Dang. Here's my clock. You have them at 2 shops? Well, that is awesome. Wait a minute. You have no ideas. You have no ideas for what? See, that was the thing. I tried it at Antique Mall, my stuff, and I sold stuff, yes. But I was there for 6 months. That's what the owner told me, you know, let's see how you do for 6 months. And if you're doing good, then great, stay. If you don't, you know, if you're not making any money, we let you go. And so I said, okay. So I tried that for 6 months, and there was 1 month I made enough money to pay for my booth. And then the other 5 months, I made money, but not enough to even pay for my booth. And I started out on an end cap, like on shelves. And then a booth opened up, a small booth, because I didn't want a big one. I wanted a small one. And I moved into that. I'm trying to think how long I was in the booth. I don't know. It might have been about 3 months and 3 months of each. But anyways, either way, I mean, I wasn't selling enough to even pay for my booth. And that's not what you want, you know. But she said she's had this antique place for a long time. And she knows what she's doing. And she's very, very sweet lady. In fact, Daryl works for her now. On the side for air conditioning work and, you know, he's redoing all of their lights in the antique mall after hours when they're closed. And so he's got a job there, but yeah, so, you know, give it 6 months and see how it turns out. Chris Hunter. Do you know who Chris Hunter is? Creating with Chris? She was doing a class and I took it. And, but like I said, I don't know if she's still doing it. She's in the process of like redoing her house now with Michael. And so honestly, I don't know if she still is doing it. Okay, so I forgot to do the handle here, guys. But yeah, you could check with her and see. Oh, from time to time? Oh, really? Okay. Let me see. I don't think I got enough, okay, so there's that. What else? I gotta figure out. Oh, let's try his coat. Let's try his coat and see. Hi, Becky. Welcome in, welcome in. I have got this pearl lace. And I want to try it just in a little area on his coat. I don't want it to change color. I just want it to like put a little sparkle in it, I guess you could say. Let me get a soft brush here and something small. Okay. I got something in that one. Okay, so I'm going to try it like on the back of like the little lapel thing here, or whatever you call this. Because if we don't like it, dang it, I keep touching that blue. Ugh. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I don't want it to change color. I just want to give it like some shiny or shimmer or something to it. Okay. So do you see that back there? Right here? Let's dry it. See if we like that. Because like I said, I don't want it to change the color. I just thought about something. What could I add to it that'll make it a little... have it a little bit of shine. So let me see, because I don't want to do a second coat on it. All right, I don't think that's that. I don't think. So you got that compared to that. Let's see. I don't think it changes the color, do y'all? Let me try it over here on this side and see. All right. Let's see. You like it? Do it on his pants? I have no top coat over anything right now. So there's nothing shiny. Well, this plate is because I didn't change that color. A little bit more. So there's nothing shiny except for the pieces that I've left. All right. So I did the inside here. I say let's go for it. I think it'll just give it a little something else. It'll just give it that little bit of shine. So let's try it on the back here in a bigger area. And you know, and if we don't like it, then we paint over it. Because like I said, it does not have any top coat over it. And a top coat definitely adds some sparkle and stuff to it. Okay, let's try that. And see if we can tell the difference on each side. Hey, Zanelle, how are you, girl? Okay, so you can't tell a whole lot, but I don't know where to grab, not getting wet. But you could tell it just has that little bit of shimmer, right? So I say let's keep going. Let's keep going on it. Oh, shoot. how are you doing? I was thinking about you the other day. I have no more vintage bottles. So I am, you know, I used up my last few that I had. A friend of mine she buys a lot of my bottles, and she had a birthday present or something that she needed to give, and she asked me, she says, have you got any bottles? And I said, when do you need it by? And it was, I think, next month. But I said, I can get you some ready. And so I made up 3 bottles. I was surprised I got them all finished, but I did. And then she ended up buying all 3 of them. And they were my last 3. And so I have got to go and get some more. Oh, you do? Okay. But anyway, so yeah, I gotta go out and get some more bottles. But yeah, this just puts that little bit of a shine. And you still got to put a top coat over it, but it just gives it that little bit of a sparkle, I think. What do y'all think? Can you see it? All right, let's do his arms. So what have you been working on, Zanelle? Have you, how's the family and all? And I'm even going to do these little things here. Okay, let me get under his arm here. Have you been doing anything in your house, or have you kind of... Okay, so there's one arm. Guys, I like it. What do y'all think? Okay, let me get up under his arm again. I need some more. Okay. I am getting hungry. What are y'all doing for dinner? exactly. Yeah, that was me when I, after I had my gallbladder surgery, I was just like, dang, that doctor screwed my stomach up. Plain and simple. He, yeah, screwed my stomach up. But, all right, now let's get his, because I hurt for a month. I mean, a month. And not fun. I won't ever go into an emergency room and go by, okay, well, we've got a doctor here. We'll get you an appointment set up and go to him. I won't ever do that again. I will go to my regular doctor and see who she recommends and go from there, because I saw him literally 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. Right before the surgery, he came in to talk to me, see if I had any questions. I didn't get to see him on my follow-up. I didn't get to see him when I was in all that pain and went back in to the office going, what is going on? I mean, 2 weeks and I'm still have these pains. He never called, nothing. Nothing. Okay, I think I got all of that. And that just gives it a little bit of a shine. I like it. Okay. Okay. Missed a place right here. Susan, that was back in September, I think. I think it was September. It's either September or October, part of September and part of October, when I went and had my gallbladder out. And I put it right up there with childbirth. I do. I put it right up there with childbirth. That's how much pain I was in. So, not fun. Okay. So there's that. That gets that just a little bit of a shimmer. Okay. And then, let's see. I still got to do another blue on there. I don't exactly know what I want to do up here yet. Let's see. The plate has to be redone. I still have to paint this. They did a terrible job. I still got to repaint that. And then, let's see. What did I just see? Oh, his little lapel here. I saw some marks on it that I didn't like. And I sanded them down just a little bit to get rid of them. So let me. Okay. All right, so there's those again. I said if I had to endure gallbladder pain again, I would have had 10 more kids. Oh, really? So you were in a lot of pain also? I had people telling me, oh, I had mine out 20 years ago. Oh, I had mine out, 40 years ago. And no problems, none. And they're like, do it, do it, do it. You know, you won't regret it and all of this. Psh, wrong. They were wrong. There, you know, I didn't have any pain. And I'm like, I don't know how. I don't know how. I said, I think y'all are lying to me. I think you all are lying to me. Because how could you not had any pain? Yes, you know, I told Daryl that. They must do it totally different nowadays than they did back in the day. Because people said, oh, I only had 2 incisions over here on my right side. And, you know, they went in and took it out. I've got 4 incisions going across my stomach. And your gallbladder's on your right side. Okay, it's on your right side over here. And they brought it all the way to the farthest one to bring the darn thing out. And my left side was the pain that it was excruciating pain. Okay. So, yeah. Really, I will still have the pain over here on my left side. Still, I'll rub it. Daryl thinks it's just your underneath, like in your skin, like it's I don't know. Yes, he said one was going to be in my belly button, but it wasn't. It's right on the side of my belly button. But yeah, and that's where I thought they were going to be taking it out. And, Well, hello, Rhonda and Terry. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Okay, so I think I need to paint this. I see a few little spots. Let me kind of go over this again a little bit. Touch up some areas. Okay. I just see a few areas that I still see a little bit showing through. But yeah, that was the same, about the same time I, also decided just to stop doing my lives and creating so much. But you will see me time to time. But if you're not part of my YouTube, go over there. A lot of the creators are going over to YouTube now. Or they're posting their videos over onto YouTube because Facebook is deleting them after 30 days. So if you're wanting them saved, any of your lives, then you need to download them. Okay, I think that's better. But honestly, Susan, I think if you're going to start up, I wouldn't even start on Facebook. I wouldn't even start. Hi, Paula. I wouldn't even start if you're still here. Go straight over to YouTube and get it going over there. Okay, so that cup. So I know I need to redo this because it looks terrible underneath. And I'm kind of thinking, I don't know, what do you, I might leave that saucer white. What if we leave it white, y'all? Either that or I do a light pink. I can do a light pink on this saucer. But I was just wondering if that's going to be too much pink. I think this cake area is going to take me a lot of time. I think I'm going to do that off camera because this is such little tiny flowers. I'm going to keep them pink, and this little area here is going to still be yellow, you know, and all that. But I think it's going to take some time and all of that. So I think you'll get the same gist. It's just going to, you know, I just got to touch them up. But I'm thinking I would sparkle his pant. Wait a minute, let me see. I need to make sure. Some of them might not have downloaded for me for my downloads from my Facebook page. But I'm not going to, no, my coach that I have got right now, because I'm learning about YouTube, she's saying do not put all of your downloads from your Facebook Live over on your YouTube. It will just block your whole YouTube up. She said, you want to put a few over there every now and then, that's fine. But do not go and just start downloading them from Facebook and putting them on YouTube. Do not do it. So, she said, so I'm not doing that. But I haven't posted any over there yet. But I have posted some stuff over there, and if I can sell on there, then yeah, I'm gonna post stuff to sell on there. But I don't know if I put any. I might have put some stuff over there for sale already. I can't remember, because I had it going, or I joined YouTube and made me a Facebook or a page, and so if you're not part of that, subscribe over there. But and I posted a few back at that time that I did it, but I haven't done a whole lot lately until just a couple of days ago when I posted a few things. So I think what I want to do, I'm going to paint this white. I'm just going to paint it white and go from there. And then, guys, I think I'm going to get off and go eat something. Okay. So let's get in and paint this white. And you know, if I decide later on, nope, I don't want the white, and make it a color, you know, you can. You can do that. Shoot, there's some pink areas that I need to touch up. Dang. I need a thinner brush. And go and get something to eat. Because, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It's been been 2 hours, I think, that I've been on. And I knew this was going to take me some time because some of it I knew what I wanted to do. Some of it I didn't. So, and there's a lot of underneath that I got to get painted because, whew. And I do know that I want to come back with the gold, and I'm going to be highlighting different areas up like around my plates and stuff. That I want to put it on also. Okay. All right, I think I got all that. And then that way when I come back, you know, I want to put rub and buff on this, but it's all got to be top coated first on the there's highlighted areas. And I think what I want to do is come and put it like around all of my cups and maybe around here and around there and do that. But there's lots of touch up little area things that I want to do. So okay, that looks better. And I don't know about that dark pink. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do any touch up with that because I don't know if I have it. But this lighter color I've got, because that's his little vest, and that's his little vest and his little little ruffle things right here on there, and that's this pink down here, and it goes pretty good. So okay guys, so I think that's gonna be it for today. We got a little bit more done. Hi Bonnie. So you guys, yeah, watch the replay for me. Give me some, you know, if you guys watch at least 3 to 5 minutes of people's replays, you know, that counts or whatever. Well, shoot, who cares anymore? Facebook is taking it down. But anyways, I may see you on someone else's page here. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go see what my husband's gonna, if we're gonna go get something to eat or what we're doing. But guys, oh, just dropped my paintbrush. Let me get all of these over here. Thank you for coming on and joining me. This whole time I have been up and down in numbers and then back up and then down in numbers. So I don't even know who's on with me anymore. But thank you for coming on, those that have, and thank you for watching. And Rhonda's Repurpose Home Decor is my YouTube channel. So I will let you know again what next time I come on to, you know, redo some more of this. And I will definitely post a picture when I'm done with it. But thank you for coming on, and you guys have a great rest of your Sunday evening. Bye guys.